Good evening and welcome back to Timberborn. Things are going well. I think things are going very well. We have plenty of Kohlrabi going on there. We have a bit of Cassavus going, which is absolutely fine. We want to build more power walls over here. That's fine. You're doing nothing right now because we are waiting for you to chop down all the trees. Hopefully all the pine or the birch trees. To be honest with you, I probably want you to chop down all of them, but I want you to chop down all the birch trees first because I want to put in oak over here so we can have some oak trees do their thing over there. So that'd be great. I also want to get up here and seal this off, like sluice it off or something along those lines. So that's what I'd like to do. I'd like to definitely get up here with some levees, put it right above with sluices in, do the same here. So we have 2 deep. Maybe we'll put some sluices in the bottom and have them flow out into the river and keep the river up high along here, and then do something like over here perhaps and seal the river off completely. We could do it here, to be honest with you. I could change the dams to be levees, and then we've got water sealed here, and this will just keep it topped up at all times. That might not be a terrible idea. And then we can move our pumps maybe to afterwards, so the pumps pump out after that, which would be fairly easy. We could put the pumps right there. That'd be fine. There were comments to the last video. There's always comments to videos, and I'm always very, very grateful for anybody who mentions in the comments, which would be fantastic. So there was many ones that obviously I think I gave the wrong impression saying that this was I was cancelling the other ones and doing this one, but obviously as you've seen I did do the other maps. It's just because of mods. This is going to remain unmodded. This whole map playthrough is going to remain unmodded. This is default game, completely unmodded, so don't have to worry about that. The main one that I wanted to talk about was Timbo. You mentioned here the bad water drains. Now I said I might just try and build something in here to seal them off so they're completely capped and sealed and gone. You said what about building something around this, some contraption that has the bad water pour into this, go round and then off the map. I like that idea. I really do like that idea. With one small exception. Not necessarily off the map. It would go off the map, but it could also go into a large tank that we could pump bad water out of. Then we can cap this one off and not worry about this bad water pouring in here, which then means that I can come here and I can do something about sealing it off here and sealing the river off down here. We can have not down here because obviously we need somewhere for the water to escape. So sealing the river off, say here, and then we've got water all the way around. So I like that. If we could raise the river level as well, we could get more green land in centre here. That does lose a bit, but it's possible. So we need to get up there and cap that, and then build something here that goes around, like takes these into a channel that goes around, and then maybe do something here with a big hole. I'm not sure if I want to do that. Maybe just bring it around to here somewhere, just build a big hole and put the bad water in a big hole there. However, I will say this area here is very nice. We could put a little fluid dump in here and have a lovely green area here. So maybe we'll go that way with it or something like that. I'm not sure. I could also just build a tank right off the edge of it here, but it needs to be able to, if I want to pump the water out of it, it needs to be able to, it needs to have 2 ways of doing it. Either we have a large tank built on the end here with a small area at the bottom like a trough, and we put bad water pumps in the trough and then they pump out of it, so this fills it when bad tides come, and then it empties with the trough. So we put sluices in that only keeps the things filled a little bit, and then the pumps pump out of it. Because if we build a tank with a hole on top, bad tide could cause it to overflow. We don't want to do that. We don't want to overflow it. So I like the idea of building that, although I do like the idea of building something around. So I'm not sure that one. But I really like that idea. I really do like that idea. So yeah. But however, I'm kind of stalling because we need a little bit of time because I need this to happen. So let's put in a scavenger flag or two so we can get that going there. I really want to get into here and do this, which would be ideal now for a drought that's come along. So, but we can't get into there yet. How much science is that? 800 science. That would be pretty good, actually. That really would be pretty good for us. So can we do that? I'd have to unlock the platform because there's no... there is a way to get up there if we do that. Maybe we'll hold off on that. We've got scientists doing things. It's fine. It's fine. So what if we get some metal going? We unlock the smelter, which needs 300 science. We need more scientists for that. We put the smelter down here somewhere, perhaps. Again. Yeah. Yeah, put the smelter down there somewhere. That's our only power source at the moment, so... yeah. And then we do that. We can go engines as well with the beavers. Once we get a decent supply of metal going in, we have engines, so I don't have to worry about using the water wheels. Particularly, we could just avoid the water wheels completely and just go with engines. We can also, if we really wanted to, finish this off going along here, make this permanent bad water source, and have power wheels running off this all the time. So that's always an option. But again, I'm kind of aiming that I just really want to get to the wonder and get that done. So whatever we need to do for the wonder, it's this is already fail safe, so the bad water will pour out of here, down here and across. So we won't get any the bad water won't go back here. It will kill some of our kohlrabi here and possibly our trees. That is possible. Yep. But that's just the way of things, I suppose. But getting up here and redirecting the bad water here is probably the more important. And that would require sluices and metal and other bits and pieces. It also would require more beavers. Very much more beavers. So let's do the more beaver thing, shall we? Let's... one. We'll go one. I was gonna do three. I was just gonna go three. I do need to do a playthrough of some map somewhere where we absolutely go ham on beavers and just right, we're gonna go and just put down like 20 breeding pods or something at the start of the game and say go go go, which may seem like a lot and may seem a bit stupid, but if we can keep on top of it by giving all the beavers more jobs and just build massive amounts of food and that from the very start, we can get lots of beavers in. Because there's an achievement I'd like to chase, which is build a wonder within 15 cycles. You would need lots of beavers because you would need to get all the materials and all the science done very, very early. It takes, even with all the materials, about, I would say 3 cycles. It's a bit weird because cycles can be at different lengths, but about 3 cycles to build the actual wonder. So by cycle 10, I'd want to have it down and ready to go, even if you don't necessarily have all the materials for it. But that's where I would definitely like to be with that. So, But okay, all right. So we'll open that, and then that can get going there. We have an unconnected building which is down here. That's fine because you're not going to have any stuff for that. If we could get a place up here, I feel like I could put it here, and we could get. So go from here and go 14, which is there. Go from here and go 14, which is there. So 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, there. That is where I would like to blow up and put in a water dump, and that should make all this grid. I could probably move it back a little bit. Because then it would get more in here. Where's from this side here? So let's go from the furthest out here. So yeah, we can move it back. So let's go back by. Let's do that. I want to make it a 3x3 because 3x3s are the best way to store water. So we put a dump in there, and that will keep most of this area green, and that will give us loads of farmland, which would be very nice. We can move our cassavas up there and let our berries expand. We're good for berries though, so not so bad. Not so bad for that. Okay. Right, so the water's going to come back in a moment. If we can get some extract going, we can change these pods up to be not kits, they can be grown adults as well. Straight away, they can pop out as adults, which would be quite nice. Right, re-enable all this, and yep, so our science has now come to a complete halt. What are you trying to... Oh, there's a... Oh, just destroy that, can you, please? Oop. And then pause you. And then over here, can we plant down oak trees in this entire area? Oof. There we go. Oak trees, beautiful. Okay, yeah. Cool, cool, cool. Right, okay, there's that done there. I'm going to drop the district down to 1 beaver. And I'm going to... I'm also going to put in a large warehouse here. Yep, there. And make that scrap metal. And what I'm going to do as well, I'm going to copy these, duplicate, and put 3 more in. Because I want to make sure that our beavers are always doing science, because we need it. We need 20,000 science in order to unlock the wonder, but we need way more than 20,000 science to unlock the wonder, because obviously you need... Okay, put a little cut in there because I do not recommend breathing coffee. It may be as effective at waking you up as drinking it is, but the downsides are quite high. So, what was that? I want all my beavers to have science because we need 20,000 science. Plus, you need to unlock the forester, the gear workshop, the wood workshop, the tapper shack, the flag smelter, and that's it. I think that's it. I think that's all you need. Yes. Yeah. So you have to unlock everything in wood. So whatever these two cost, the 500 there, the 800 there, the 300 there, and that. So you need 25,000 science in order to get anything done. So yeah, it's yeah. What I also want to do here is I want to connect this guy, get someone over here if we can, and get you planting the oak so the oak can be grown. I would also like to change this to have a sluice here to only let good water come down here so that these can survive. Again, this is going to kill off loads of stuff. I don't think we're going to get to this in time. I need the smelter unlocked. And I need to somehow put the smelter down here. We might have to go up and build up here somewhere. Which involves unlocking this guy, which is only 40 times, so that's not so bad. Okay, let's unlock this guy here and go 1, 2, and then one of those on top. And then we'll get the smelter unlocked, which we can't do now because we can't afford that. That's okay. That's okay. That's fine. What I'd like to do is put a ladder in here, or a staircase in here, and get these built. But I would have to... Well, I also want to get levies as well. So I need more science. I need lots more science. All the science. I need all the sciences. That's the problem. I need all the sciences. We don't have the science. We don't have the beavers. I don't really have the food for it as well, although you are now going mad on the kohlrabi to catch up. But that should be okay. And you're getting the cassavus, and then this is obviously processing the cassavus here. How much is the fluid dump? Although I can't do the fluid dump. Fluid dump's 250 until I can blow this up, which means I need explosives to do this. So... Wow. Wow, indeed. I need science. I need lots of science points. That's the problem. I just need lots of science points. And I don't have the beavers. I need to unpause these, get these built, get some more beavers coming in. Yes, that does mean we're going to be struggling because of we're not getting enough crops in doing stuff. I'm going to up the priority of that guy. So there's always someone working there to do it. You only have 44% power, so we need to get more power here. Can't exactly dam across in front of that. Do I just build stairs down there and deal with beavers possibly getting contaminated? Or put stairs in there and wait for a... Wait for a drought, sorry. I also need gears for this. Wow, there's so much I need, and I feel like it's going really slowly because I don't have the 30 times speed. Normally I'd be like, I need some stuff, super speed, go, 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 go. I can't yet because I don't have enough of anything. I don't know, we don't have enough water stored, so that's a bit of a pain. I am going to actually destroy these, and I'm going to unlock the bigger water tanks. They are a very good investment. Let's do that. Make that the best construction site. Go, 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 go. You need planks and gears. We have almost enough gears, and we do have enough planks for that. That's fine. Very much need to get this going here. I might put in dams behind this, but then they can't get down there. So we can actually build those. Let's do that. That does mean the bad tide's going to get caught down there. That's fine. Let me... This is just a temporary road to build across to there to get that done. Okay, let's increase our beavers into there. We don't have enough beavers. We just don't have enough beavers. Right, let's turn off non-essential stuff. So turn that off. Turn that off. We have enough planks for things. Turn that. Oh no, we don't have enough planks for things. Hold on. I'm going to turn the woodcutters off. Really need to find a better way for you to get up here. It's very far for you to go. Kind of difficult with those in the way. Okay. We've got a couple of beavers injured, obviously, because they're working in places that can injure them. I guess here, medium chance of injury, low chance of injury. Kind of annoying the gear workshop's a medium chance of injury. I mean, it's very early. I would have put the plank and the gear workshop as low, the wood workshop as medium, and anything in metal as high. Along with the with these things, these should all be high as well. So, but meh, that's me. That's me. I'm probably a lot more friendlier. Okay, so you pump around and get some water going. Here, what's this? Let's up the priority of this. Would you please put the logs into there? I'm gonna have to turn these on. We don't have the planks to build this. Oh, the wood. Sorry, it's 25 logs to go. We have not many logs, which involves turning these two back on again, so you can get the more trees that are over here. Yep. You've got a long way to travel to do anything with that as well. So, yeah. Don't have the beavers. Chop this down and get you replanting some. Where are you? What are you doing? Come to work. Thank you. Okay. You are. I don't know where you are either. There you are. Just plant all these. I'm not too fussed about dropping them down at the moment. Just plant them all. Although I could enable this and chop down the trees that are here. because that would help get some more logs in. Let's do that. Let's enable that. Get some logs in there. Okay, that means we're going to probably have no builders left, which is understandable. Okay. Right. Our happiness is 3 at the moment, so we have no shelter, which is -3. I'm kind of there is a again an achievement. I'm achievement hunting. As I go. Let me do. Where is it? Where was it? Where was it? There is an achievement to reach a certain amount of unnecessary expense. As Iron Teeth reach a beaver population of 200 without building any housing. 200 is more than I normally do go as standard, so I can't at the moment do the wind tunnel, or well, we can do the dance hall. Well, the dance hall requires metal blocks, so we probably can't do the dance hall actually. But I think we can get like a dance hall in and put all the bonus happiness stuff around the dance hall. So yeah. Yeah, we're okay. Water is increasing again. Water is going up again, so that's okay. The water is going up. We are going to get a bad tide happen at some point. Just know that's going to pop along and do something terrible for that, but that's just the way things are. We have a drought approaching. I do hope we have enough water stored for the drought. I don't think we do, if I'm honest. But I need everything running, doing its thing. How are you doing? You've got 100% power. Beautiful. Are you guys empty? Nope, you're still full of cassavas. So you've got to come here. So because we don't have any haulers, the worker has to come out, grab the cassavas and come back in again, which is a pain, but there isn't a great deal I can do about it. The only thing I could possibly do is put down a small warehouse like over here, or even a medium warehouse over here. Let's put a medium warehouse over here. And let's set this to be cassavas, which is... up the priority of that ever so slightly. I'm going to get building that, and then the farmers, once their farm is full, they should take out the cassavas from their farm and put it in here, which does mean they're having less time farming, but yeah, I think they'll be all right. I think I want to do a path here that goes up and over, so put in like a platform here that goes up, and then we can stair up to here, so it saves beavers walking all the way around to here, all the way back again. That would absolutely help that. So I'm going to say, hey, would you not replant there? There. Okay. We've got 4 made. Fantastic. Beavers are hungry, but the kohlrabi is coming in. We are... we're doing okay. We're doing okay. I'm concerned we're going to pump all this river dry during one of the droughts soon, so that's definitely going to happen at some point. But hey ho, that's just kind of the way it's going to go. The drought is going to kick in anytime now, and then these wheels obviously won't be able to do anything. So what I'll do is I'll pause everything in here, and I'll get them going over to here. I might also pause the water pumps, and I'll have them go over to here to do the thing there. You are full of logs. You are not full of logs. You've got a long way to travel to drop your logs off. Yeah. Okay. Okay. It's okay. But yeah, we'll shut down stuff that requires power, other bits and pieces. So this and this needs to shut down, because this is going to stop in a moment. We'll turn the pumps off as well. We don't need those. And I'm going to put the workers down to 1 in there. Everyone's going to go into science and start working in the science, which is what I want. Everybody to work in science whilst we're in a drought, because there's not much we can do about that. hopefully we'll be okay. We're chopping down more wood, that's fine. You're planting as many trees as you possibly can here at the moment, that's fine. You can chop down these trees if you need to. You're going to finish planting and then go back home. You're finished, so let's turn you off for a moment. And then I'll up the workers in here. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to... No, I'll up the workers in there. I'll keep it on. I will balance this for the moment, just so we can get things going, because you can still use the wood to obviously plant this and grow this, build this. So that's what we want. That's what we want. A bit of micromanagement to make sure that we are that the beavers are where they need to be. This is going to get built fairly soon. Obviously, they build the wheels before they build the dam. I'll carry on with the dam anyway, because this can hold water, especially if we change this up here, or seal this off. We don't have to then worry about bad water this way. So, yeah, okay, right. Kohlrabi is doing fine. Cassavas has obviously stopped because there is no place for it, but we have storage for cassavas now, so we can unpause this once the river returns. Yeah, everything will be awesome. Can I unlock the levee? I can. I'm going to change this last one here to be a levee. Yes. Okay, so the water comes down, boom, and is directed this way. So, yeah, I should probably seal those two off as well, but for now, that'll do. That'll do, and I think we'll be okay there. Scrap metal's doing well. We need 300 for the smelter, which we can put in there. This road's not going to be here. This is just purely to get down there to build that. Then we'll remove this and get the bits and pieces back. And then we can put the smelter in here and then build along. I don't know how much power those wheels are going to give us, but it's fine. How far are we to explosives? What do explosives require? They require 600 for that and then 400 for that. And you want bad water. Just bad water. Okay, that's not so bad as well. Okay, we can do that. We can do that. We can put a bad water pump, or a bad water pump can sit here and pump out of this. Or sit right here and pump out here. Although that's kind of impossible for me to do now because I put that in there. But yeah, we have access to bad water. That's not terrible. Okay, everyone's dying because they have no water. Very, very much need more pumps. I should do that rather than trying to invest in things. Let's invest in some pumps, shall we? Let's do this. Let's get more deep water pumps going in. Flip 1, 2, 3. I'd love to put 4 in, but well, we can because we can demolish that now. And we put 4 in, and then those 4 can pump water for us, and they're the other side of the stream, so we can just leave them running. Don't worry about that. They won't take out this here. Yeah, nothing to do in range. Awesome. Well, then you can be deleted. Thank you for your services. You've got a couple more things to do here, and then you're done. Beautiful. Okay. The drought has ended. This has been built here. Beautiful. Let's destroy this and then up the priority of the rubble. Let's enable these 3 here. Pick up this, thank you, and then destroy this and up the priority of that rubble. Then remove the road there. And remove this road here. Oop, there you go. Awesome. Okay. Oop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. This is doing well here. This is fine. You're going to build this once you get some planks. You don't have any planks. That's fine. Everyone is struggling for water. That's not fine, but I can't do a great deal about it. Can I up priority of that one? That one. And then up the priority of that one. And then that one's medium. And then we'll do the last one as a low priority. But I want to build that so they can remove this. How are we doing for power wise now? We are producing 400 and 500 and 600 and 700 and 800 and 900, 1,000. What the? Okay, that's severely jumping around between like 400 and 1,000. So what's that? 750? 700, 750? Through there. Awesome. Would be a bit quicker if I sealed this one off and did a little bit there, because then yeah, we can do that. But I haven't, and we can't get over there now. So yeah, okay. I do think some beavers are going to probably struggle with this. So okay, up priority. You are up workplace priority. You should up workplace priority as well. Let's get another one of these guys in, and let's put you on there. Oop. Okay, up the priority of that one, so you build this one first. Just build one, and then we'll have 6 pumps going, which would be fantastic. Okay, and then all of you guys want to be a workplace high priority, super high priority. So yay. Okay. Right. This is going here. Cassifus is going in there. You are. Really hope you didn't go to the farms to get your Cassifus. Really hope you didn't do that. Nothing to do in range. Excellent. Well, there is. There's pickup. Go pick up. Got to up the priority of those because they will disintegrate otherwise, and we don't want them disintegrating. Here he comes. Boop. Grab. And boop. And then he's going to bring it all back. It's hungry. War. I must say, with these the hunger, I kind of wish that they would go and get food before they're hungry. If that, I know that sounds bizarre, but you don't wait until, oh god, I'm so starving, everything's going wrong. You get food, regularly. So I really wish this bar was sort of more in the middle, which would mean that when they start starving, they have less time before they die. So if they start starving, you've only got 3 days instead of 5 days. I think it's 5 days they can live for, which is a bit of a pain. But it would then mean that they could possibly, like, at this point here is where they get food, and at like the halfway point is when they start starving. So they top up for longer. I wish they did. I know that they've balanced this a lot. They've done a lot of balancing for it. So yeah, I'm going to remove this anyway, and then up priority of this, so you guys can go and become something else, and the builders can come and grab this whenever they need to, because that's fine. We are now getting Korabian. We are now getting water in. This is doing its stuff here, which is perfect. You are coming along nicely here. You have enough planks, but for some reason no builder. Oh yeah, builders are picking the logs up because they're high priority. That's fine. Okay, so what I want to do here, I want to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2. I think we'll try 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we do sluices in the bottom. Yes, in the bottom. I'll do sluices actually in the bottom for a change. Wow. Can't lock them yet, but we'll do that, and then we'll do levees on top of that. Then we'll do levees over here. kind of awkward to do levies over here. Let's do that, and then I'm actually going to make this one 3 wide. We're going to do 2 for the good water and 3 for the bad water. Yeah, because I'd much rather have the bad water get rid of quickly. Plus it looks better. Or does it? No, it doesn't. Let's do 2. Let's do 2 and hope that this works. And then we'll do 2 in there. And those 2 in there will be for sluices to let bad water out. And these are good water out. So, yeah. Okay. Right. So this is doing its thing here. This is doing its thing here. You've planted all that there. That's fine. Water is coming in and doing well. Let's and then up the priority of those. Whoop, whoop, and then put in the next tank. No, there. Gonna be water. Oh, I could have copied it. Boom. So we have more tanks of water. That's good. Cassava is still not going to... I don't think we have enough fermenters. I think that's the problem. Or if we do have... I don't know. I think... so a lot of our time is spent delivering goods. So I need more haulers, which means I need more beavers. And to get more beavers, I need more food. But haulers will increase the food because then these don't have to travel so far. So, you know, these guys don't have to take their kohlrabi out and walk all the way over to here for it. We can actually have... I'm sorry, I keep pausing. My throat is hurting. So if we have haulers, they don't have to walk. They don't have to walk so far delivering goods. The haulers can do it instead. Words. Wow. But I would need more beavers for that. I would need very much more beavers for that. And I don't have the food for that. So I want to do that. That would increase our food. But if I added more beavers, we would consume more food than we're producing, I think. Although the kohlrabi isn't at capacity yet. Maybe I'm going to, in fact, not maybe, you know, I am going to change this to be kohlrabi. Which sounds a bit bizarre, but don't worry, I'm going to change that to be kohlrabi. And then once that is kohlrabi's, because the fermented cassavas can just sit in here for the moment. Beavers can go here and get it because, yeah. So they've eaten all that. So bump kohlrabi, awesome. So then we'll wait for night time to disappear. Everyone goes to bed. I will then destroy this guy. Pop. And I'll put in a new storage here. I could put it in closer, but I'm going to do warehouse bump, and then this is going to be for kohlrabi bump, like that. Okay. And then what we'll do is we'll empty this guy for kohlrabi once this has been built, and we'll switch this back over to being fermented cassavas. Although I might destroy this and make this the big one, fermented cassavas. I don't know if I want. Well, yeah, we do. We want a big one. We'll do the big one for cassavas. There. Right now you're completely filling because that's fine. You need planks. You don't have enough planks. You're not producing enough planks. You are producing enough planks, but you have to go from here to get wood, back to here to drop it off, to get wood, drop it off. So delivery times. Yes, delivery times are a bit of a pain. So. But we are getting there. This is going to be slower. I was hoping to maybe try and get the wonder done within 15 cycles, but I would need to be much more braver when it comes to this. I also feel like this map doesn't necessarily lend itself to massive expansion quickly, because there's not enough green area for farmland that's accessible early on. Like, I could get loads of beavers and then go into science and get more science camp. But if I don't have the food, they all start dying off. So, yeah, I feel like I would need to find a map that has a decent amount of green land in it, that you can put lots of crops down, and then just go absolute ham on it, go mad doing what we need to do. So, We're up to 42 beavers though. So that is a good thing. 42 is always a good thing. We like that. We like that. So you're going to produce more logs. Yeah, the delivery time is so slow. How much does a hauler need? Planks. Of course it does. Of course it needs planks. What was I thinking? Can I put a hauler in like here? Yeah, I'll get 2 haulers in there. Let's put them this way. You're going to do that. You're going to be super low priority workplace. But we're going to have beavers there. You're going to drop down to being low priority workplaces, or change to be low priority workplaces, sorry. Boom, 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 like that. There we go. Okay. So we have scientists before we have haulers. And then I might just do it. I might just go for it. Let's get this built. Once this is built, I'm going to unpause these and just go for it and see what happens. What's the worst that can happen? Everyone dies? Wouldn't be the first time. Okay, so everything's yeah. Everything is good. We are getting logs in, that's fine. We're not getting enough planks in, we're just not making the planks, so that's okay. We'll get this done here. This will be fine. Our oak is going along beautifully here. I'm going to actually pause you two. Not that we need you, actually, to be honest with you, because we've got 3 beavers spare now doing nothing. So maybe I'll unpause you, actually. It's yeah. There's no reason to have you pause. It's not like you can go and become haulers. There's no building. So only requires 10 planks. I could build it first. This has only got 6 to go. No, we'll build this first. This will be kohlrabi, and then we'll switch this one out from kohlrabi to, in fact, I'll do it now. So this is going to be fermented cassabus. And that just means, because there's nowhere for it to go, the beavers won't move it anywhere. It will just stay in there. It just means it won't accept any new goods. So they can still come and consume from it. They can still come and eat from it. That's fine. They just can't put anything new in there. So, yeah. Okay. That is fine. That is fine. So this takes us up to 45 beavers. So I think this, if I could switch these to be adults and get more working done. So they go. Now they move. I think the who is it that moves? I don't know. I don't know who is that moved, but somebody has apparently moved them all from there. So some beavers have moved everything from there to there. So okay. Right, then you're going to get built next. Beautiful. I am going to pause you two. This still needs to grow for a while. We'll definitely get a bad tide. Before I can do anything, we're going to get a bad tide. I know it. That's fine. That is fine. That is not to be expected, but is to be expected. Doop, then doop. Then I need to come down here. Wow. That's 2 ladders down. Boom, boom. And then this one also needs to have a ladder down there. Let's run a path up to there, along to there, along to there, to there, like that. Boop. Okay, cool. Right, we have 600 science. Shall we get our explosives? No, our smelter going. Let's get our smelter going. Or do we want to get explosives going? The smelter. I don't think we're going to have enough time to oh, that works out pretty well. Doop and doop. Okay. I don't think we're going to have enough time to get this done before our first drought comes along. Finish your sentence. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have enough time before we get the first drought coming along. So, but But hey ho, well, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Still waiting for that one to be harvested. No, we have another drought approaching. Beautiful. Okay. Okay, that's not so bad. That's not so bad. Doesn't mean power's going to drop out, which means we're probably not going to get any metal blocks. Sluice requires 5. I'm not sure how many you can store. Wow, you require 50 planks as well. Ooh. Yeah. And of course, the planks are all going into building these things, the stairs and stuff. Can't put an engine in because that requires metal as well, so we're probably going to have another drought of doing not a lot. Not a lot. But we do have the haulers running. But let's increase this to 10 workers, so all the beavers that aren't working go to become haulers. That should, in theory, help everything out. So, like these guys, their kohlrabi should be taken to automatically go into here, so the farmers don't have to move it. So the farmers can carry on farming, and then the haulers come and move stuff around. Same for this, so they'll take out the cassavas from here, put it into here, and maybe even from here they'll put it into there. So let's see where the haulers are doing. So 2 of them are sleeping right now. Right, slow down time a bit. What are you doing? And you'll see there's 2 of them there actually, but they walk faster as well. They walk a lot faster, so they can move things quicker than if the farmers were doing things. So the farmers stay here farming, and the haulers move things. So I should probably look at getting a hauling post earlier, and then do a bit more micromanagement, and not be afraid. I've very much for a long time. I used to expand my population very early, and many people in the comments were always like, why are you doing that? You don't have the food for it, you don't have the water for it, blah, blah, blah. And this was why. It was because I knew, or at least I believed, that if you can get more beavers in and get some haulers going, it basically everything speeds up. So the productivity time increases because there's less time than moving and more time than working. So if your productivity is at 50% and you can get it up to 96 or close to 100, you get twice the amount of food in. Doesn't really work when it comes to actually growing food because you can't make food grow faster. But you get the meaning. If you've got enough going on, haulers can just help everything flow so much better. You get more planks in because you have less distance for less travel time. So rather than these guys having to go and come out of here and pick up wood and come back again, the haulers go and drop the wood off in the logs into there, and they just work. So the productivity increases. So that's why I used to do that. And I've got out of doing that for a long time. I haven't really done. I still do the whole let's expand the population, and don't have enough food for it. But I'm a lot more cautious doing it, and I want to get out of that. I want to play a bit more reckless because it's fun. It's much more fun to just go for it. You know, just be like, do it. Go on, go ham, go mad. See what happens. But yeah, I think that's yeah. That's my justification for it anyway. And you see here that the fields are now much more they're empty. They were pretty much full because the farmers were walking distances. Now they're not, and this still isn't empty yet. So the haulers are still trying to catch up on everything. But yeah, so yeah, happy days. Okay, so a drought has started. I'm going to shut down these 2 pumps because I don't want this river to dry out. These pumps will shut down anyway, won't they? Yep. So let's turn those off. You can all become haulers, move things around, speed stuff up. You no longer have anything to do, so let's turn you off as well. We did actually get 2 metal blocks. Fantastic. And what I could do is I could put in a wheel. A large power wheel. Which I'm going to do. I'm putting a large power wheel. And then we can have beavers walk in that large power wheel and power the smelter to try and get some things going so that then we can get our sluices, which we can now actually unlock. Doop. And doop. And these are going to be, don't worry about water level, close above, no, close below 5% contamination. And you are going to be close above 2% contamination. Okay. Unfortunately, I built them in the wrong place. Stop. Dang it. they need to be on the edge here so that they can fill. No. Let's leave it there for a minute. And what we'll do is when we get explosives, we'll blow this down because I want to fill this. I want to keep this area full of water all the time. And then maybe change this to be levees rather than dams, so the water is just sealed here, which does ruin these pumps. So that's a future project. That's a future project. Yeah, definitely a future project. Okay. So we shall let this build. We shall get some power going here. We shall re-enable this one here. I don't think this can run all the way down to here. I can't remember how much power it produces. 300 power. What do you require? 200 power. Okay, boop, 200 power, start. What do you require? 75? Yeah, start you. In fact, no, start the fermenters. They want 50. So that is 275. So that should be enough. We should be fine. That you can run those, and we can still run the fermenter as well. So we can top the food up as well. Beautiful. Do. Come beavers, get in there. We want 325 power, and we are producing 314. Yes, because obviously beavers that are slightly movement speed increase, so they get a bit more power. So we're slightly off 100%. We're at 97%. That's fine. That is absolutely fine. No worries. You'll keep everything going. Beavers can do this. This will be fine. We might be ready for the first bad tide. We might never have to worry about the actual river flooding for the first bad tide. How awesome would that be? Cool. But we will find out whether we can be ready or not in the next episode. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed this one, and I do hope to see you again in the next one. And until then, as always, have fun.